General Zombie, have you seen Space Engineers 2 dropped? I did. I actually played it on release drop day. And that also is on my YouTube channel. You can go watch a video of me playing Space Engineers 2. When they bring out the next slice, I'll probably play again. I've never played Space Engineers before that. Alright. So, and hello out there to everyone in YouTube land. DJ PC, hello, welcome. There was a missing... stuck. I'm not getting that done soon. Oh, maybe. Oh, there we go. There's that one there, and there's supposed to be... Well, that's it, yeah. Okay, we need to hook up iron over there. Let's go do that. And then we'll have unlock some blueprints. And we'll get stuck into it. And the blueprints, I'm going to make some blueprints that'll help me bring the coal over. And yeah, so that's why I wanted to focus on that today. And then there's Randy barking, wants to come inside, so 1 second, Randy. Just 1 minute, mate. So we need to bring iron and coal in. I'll be back in 1 second, folks. That's before. Now it should be back again. All right. I did that. Rightio. Just check again. Make sure I can hear myself properly. Oh, I've muted my phone. There we go. There we go. It's all happening here today, folks. Alright, thanks for bringing that up, Lieutenant General Zombie. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, I've got an idea of what's going on there because it's happened a few times. I've got a replacement cable that I've got to put in. Might do that tomorrow night. I've got a couple of other replacement cables, so I'm waiting till they all come. But seeing as I don't stream tomorrow, I might do it then. Alright, now that's going to go over the top. Well, actually, no, it doesn't have to. Right, yeah. Get rid of this node, and yeah. I'm just going to... We are episode 14. Bear with me a second. And what do we had? Where was that? Say 0, 17, 9. Issues. Alright, now I've got a record of that. I'll pick it up later when I do editing. I need... very quickly. I'm gonna make... I need... about... I'll make 3 portable miners. Just while we're waiting for that, cut some grass. It's going to be in the way, and then down here. Make that, put that there. Nope. Perfect. That'll run along there. Alright, hand slot. Oh yeah. Missing portable miner. It's because it's in my hand slot. Of course it's missing. We don't need that anymore. But I am tempted in just carrying around portable miners all the time. So I needed for this was for steel ingots. And it's versatile framework. It was 240 is what I needed, which is perfect. And then I think it's there. Ah, but it needs to be, hold on. It needs to be, yeah. I don't think that'll work. So that's a no. That's a no. Oh, hold on. Oh, that is a yes. Right, and then we will power. Something's not right there. Is that bit right? That bit's right? No, even that one's not right. Oh, something's not right here. That's too steep. Could have been the angle I was on. Okay, so that one was good, but it was the other one was off. Yeah, it only needed to be to there. That's it. Now how much steel do I have left? This also needs to be Mark III. So we'll upgrade it on the way back. Then we might do a coal run. and then we'll yeah, I'll do a coal run. So we're out of steel beams. We'll go get some more coal, come back, and then we'll keep going. Oh, really? That's what happens when you sit so close to my feet. Hey, look! I can carry the portable miner while flying in the parachute. Oh, there's a mesosphere up there. Gaz Boo, first copper ore is over 400 meters away from base. What starting spot did you try? Ah, Lieutenant General Zombie, I missed a message of yours earlier, sorry. I don't remember that, fair enough. Can't wait for a vertical slice to drop with all the parts available. Yeah, not sure what to do with all the DLC from Space Engineers, if they'll add it or make you pay for it again. Yeah, I don't know, that's a good question. Same place as me but more north on one of the levels. Okay. Rocky Desert start, nice. Rocky Desert for the win. Take this back. I do like how the conveyor belts are lit up. Two pure iron nodes. Two pure iron, more north. I think I know where you are. Alright. I'm gonna keep, yeah, that's good, that there. I'm gonna very quickly put a storage container here. Made of steel beams, that's right. Mark II it'll be. We'll just get it pumping anyway. Actually, coast the northwest corner. Now I've reached the copper. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think I know exactly where you are, guys. Let's go over here and we'll see if there is some steel beams. This would be pipe. Oh. No hands, just carrying the portable miner up the ladder. Ooh, nice. That'll be just what I need to finish this off. The sooner I automate that coal, the sooner I'll have proper consistent Mark III belts, consistent steel beams being produced. Mark III to there, so everything else is Mark III, and that's Mark III. So that incoming now is all Mark III. The one impure coal node, copper node is where I'm standing right now. Yep, that's where I'm using that one there, Gaz. I think it's about here. That's the impure one I'm using. That copper node. Rightio. That's all going nicely now. Nothing else I need to do there. Let's go and have a look at space elevator. No, the hub at the milestones. Because we're going to unlock vehicle transport and also blueprints. Wow, it took a while for my brain to turn over that time. So vehicle transport, I can afford that. Blueprints, I think I've got 200 of these. I will in a minute. Yeah, I do. Okay, let's do this. We're going to unlock blueprints first. So we just need some more cable. To go and get some cable from our cable supplies. Nice. Let's just take all so I can put some back over at the hub. Rightio.
Milestone reached. Blueprints reduce repetitive building tasks, further optimizing your progression towards saving Earth, with its beautiful ecosystems, abundant natural resources, and sunsets over frolicking puppies and kittens. The Blueprint Designer allows you to build and combine structures once and then duplicate that configuration effortlessly. Any complaints about the spatial restrictions will only reveal your own inefficiencies.
Thanks for that, Ada. So that's Tier 4 Logistics Mark III. But we just... No! Fix it, Blueprints, you idiot. Rightio. Ooh. So now, Satani, hello, welcome. Now we've got the Blueprint Designer. That's a buildable that appears here under Special. It's called the Blueprint Designer. And you need modular frames, cable, concrete and steel beams to make. So we're going to do just that. Modular frames, where are they? Yeah. So it takes up a bit of space, but when you put it on a flat piece of ground, and we'll go over some of the initial things that took me a while to learn about the Blueprint Designer.
Once you have built a satisfactory blueprint, interact with the Blueprint Designer terminal to save it. It will then be available in the Blueprints tab of your build menu. Blueprints can always be edited to correct mistakes or optimize. If you find yourself struggling to work within the set size restrictions, remember that this is a you problem, and efficiency can always be improved.
Interesting. So, so now we've got the blueprints here. We don't have any defined yet. What I'm going to explain here is in the blueprint, this is the Blueprint Designer where you do the building, and it is, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4 and 4 foundations, 4 high. I'm not trying to say the word meters. No, it's much higher. It's 8 higher. But it's definitely, in terms of width, it is 1, 2, 3, 4. And depth as well. You can't build outside of it. There are a few tricks, but yeah. This is the front of the Blueprint Designer. And this is where the front of your blueprints will be pointing to. So if I, for a really simple example, let's build a ramp with the arrow pointing forwards, pointing towards the front. The ramp slope is pointing towards the front. I'll come over here and I'm just going to call this my test. And I'm just going to save the blueprint. When I go to build that blueprint and I go to blueprints, here it is, test. It's in undefined. Here's this arrow at the front pointing at the front of the blueprint. And that's, as I said, the slope coming down. Now the reason why that is handy is if I build something like we'll do something really simple, a splitter. Now a splitter's got 1 input and 3 outputs. When I'm building splitters, I'm generally wanting to understand where the input is. So I'm going to make the input, because that's the main item here, face the front of the blueprint designer, just like that. And now I'm going to save this blueprint, and I'm going to call this, let's call it, give it a name, splitter. I'm going to call it 0 for the floor level, and then I'll just put 0 height. And you can actually set an icon, and you can search for the icon. So you can find, there's a couple of splitters there. There's conveyor, there's smart, and there's programmable. I just want conveyor. And the background color is all. I'm going to save blueprint. So now I go over to here, and just to reiterate, I'm going to put a splitter down, and when you put a splitter down, you get those arrows. The arrow at the back, and the arrow going, the 3 arrows for the outputs, so the in and the outputs. When you go to the blueprints and you select this blueprint, now you can see the direction, the front direction of the blueprint. And previously it didn't show the arrows, so it's actually really handy now. But it'll become, as you do your builds, you want to know, you want to align things in a specific way. Knowing where this big arrow is at the front of the blueprint will become very handy. Now you're probably asking me, why would I make a splitter blueprint? What a waste of time. Well, what if I had a splitter that was floating? So now I could call this one splitter 1 with a splitter 1 height. And I save that blueprint. And I'm actually going to come into my blueprints. I'm going to get rid of my test blueprint as well, by the way. So you can go edit. I'm going to go remove blueprint. Yep, so now my test is gone. Now when I'm building with my blueprints, if I selected that splitter 1, now I've got a floating splitter. So for those of you who like to build where you place a couple of splitters and then delete the ones underneath, you can have a really simple blueprint like this. And then you just place it and it's at the correct height.
Building in blueprint mode can further optimize your construction process with snapping and quick dismantling options. Build modes are not just there to make your work easier, they compensate for inevitable human error. Fixit understands humanity like no other, and humanity needs you to be efficient and productive at all times.
Thanks, Ada. What I was going to show you now is I can now press E to cycle between my 2 blueprints. So if I had another blueprint over here, and this will be at 2, I'll split a 2 height, and then let's do another one again. This is actually something I use quite a lot. So it might seem like I'm making something silly here, but this is one of the things, having these laid out like this, believe it or not, I use quite a bit. And then I'm going to go do another one. We'll stop at this one. And when you go and select, you can copy an existing blueprint. Now I'm currently in my dismantle mode. So when you're in your dismantle mode, dismantle mode is default. If I press R, now I'm in blueprint dismantle mode. And when I middle mouse click on it, now I've got the blueprint. I've copied that blueprint. And now I can cycle through by pressing E those different height splitters. So what I'm going to do now is, now when you're in, while we're talking about this dismantle mode, blueprint dismantle mode, and I've copied that, I want to dismantle this, but it's not letting me highlight this splitter in the blueprint designer. That's because I've got the dismantle mode selected. So I press R, change back to dismantle mode default. So now I'm going to do a merger, and I'm going to put the arrow for the output facing the front of blueprint designer. And now I'm going to save this as merger 0. And I'm going to change my icon to be the merger. And then I'm just going to repeat this process. I failed there. I didn't delete that. It turned too quickly. So I'm just going to go back in and save it again and overwrite the one that was there. Okay. I was too quick before. Oh, I double saved, didn't need to. Too quick. Okay, so we go 3. Four. And one last one. Rightio. So now that I've got those blueprints, like before, dismantle mode, if I change to the dismantle mode, I can now copy that. And like before, if I cycle with E, now I've got the mergers and the splitters together. However, that might be too many to cycle through. So what you can do is in the blueprint designer, I'm going to go to edit. I'm going to add a category, and I'm going to call this category here. You've got to click on the gear. This is going to be logistics. And then I'm going to add a subcategory up here. And I'm going to call this splitters. I'm going to add a subcategory called mergers. So now when I go back to my undefined, I can move them to each one. So I can go merger, and you can order them correctly, which is what you will want to do. Now obviously, well no, that's, I've got splitters in mergers and mergers in, silly me. If you plan things a bit better, you won't have to do so many steps. As you can see here, because I was doing like a type of tutorial, I intentionally made a lot to show you how frustrating it could be, and now I'm going through sorting it out to make it easier to use in the long run, because these are things that I do use quite a bit. It's my build style. So I've got all of those, so I just apply changes. So now if I select the splitter and loop through the splitters, I'm only ever looping through the splitters. So that E button to change, what's it called? Quick switch. That applies to categories. So just like in the blueprints, these are different categories. It's the same in the builder menu. Anything that's in a category like pipeline wall holes will rotate through those there. Mostrog, hello, welcome. All right, I'm just going to make some notes here as we go. So we've got blueprint, and it was arrow direction, and then quick switch, and then grouping the category, and then that was at 0.54. Radio. Turn that back off, back over to here. Quick switch and group. Sweet. Okay. Oops, back here. I don't want that. Okay, so also, just like on your hotbar, you can have anything down on the hotbar. I can also have, I can put down here, I've got on 6, I've got splitters. So I'm actually going to put splitter 0 on number 6 and merger 0 on number 5. And you can see on the hotbar, you can see the background is a picture of the blueprint. So now I've always got mergers and splitter blueprints ready to go, all from the start, all from my fingertips. So I'm going to make a note of that. Mostrog, I just got rid of all my starter factories off the ground. Everything is on foundations and not rushing phase 3 at all until I distance myself to automate computers. Heavy modular frames and high-speed connectors left. Nice work, Mostrog. Just how I like it. Okay, so now I've done that with the Blueprint Designer. What else did I want to talk about with the Blueprint Designer? Probably that's it at the moment. And let's go and unlock vehicle automation. I don't need it yet, actually. I'm going to wait. Right now, I want to get my conveyor spirals happening. So I'm going to, because they're going to be bringing the coal over the cliff, and I'm going to use the Blueprint Designer to make the conveyor spirals, and then hence I'll be making another tutorial on 2 subjects. One of them is I've wanted to make a video on making conveyor spirals and how to make them stackable, and the other one is and it's also this is a use case for the Blueprint Designer, so to speak. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to there, take all my stuff with me. I actually want to get that hard drive on the way back. I'll get a load of coal and come back and dump it in here so I can get some more steel beams being made. Because right now my steel beams are somewhat manual because I have to bring the coal across. So the goal here will be, we're going to come over that cliff with some conveyor spirals, and then we'll tractor it across to the factory. There's a floating rock back there. Anna, you'll be upsetting some people. I'll tell you now. They'll be very upset. Don't mind me, just passing by. Oh, that was not a good time to try and slide. Jeez. Oh, I know. It's because I'm using the nice, yeah. Can't slide uphill. Thought it was because I was using the foot pedals. And once we get that coal over, then the versatile framework will actually start properly automating too. Alright, let's go over here. Good, I've got a box here. I'm going to hang on the box. And I want to make I think I need 4 of these. So I need plates, wire, rods. I need that. I'll take that just in case. I'll take that, and that, and that, and that, and a power pole. I'll need concrete. I'll need power cables. I think that's it. And then if I wanted to build a man while I'm there, I'd need that. So I'd need some reinforced iron plates as well. And that's it. Alright. Pioneer first is the way to go. Everything is constantly uploading to the Dimensional Depot. It's great. Absolutely, Moss Frog. Pioneer first. I think I made a video about that once. My Pioneer first methodology. Alright, let's not get distracted here. Hold on. Yeah. I know. Oh, I was here a few years ago for that video. Awesome, Moss Frog. I thought you were. Absolutely. It's been a while. It's been a while. I'd like to get back to full-time streaming if I could. I've just got to, I don't know, see if we get the community happening again. Got to be able to pay my bills. That's my main thing. Oh, got him. Nice. All right. So I was here for this hard drive, which is 120 megawatts, which should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That one. That one. That one. Perfect. Get our hard drive.
Surface genetic sampling indicates this freighter may have come from a planet run by apes.
Really? You talking about me, Ada? This is... Getting a hard drive. That's still being made. I'm going to go and grab any more steel beams that were made and take them back with me because we're going to need them. That's these ones here. No, I must have... No, okay. Yeah, that's right. I came back to get coal. Well, next time I'm over here, I'll get some. I was bringing coal back to start that process up. Alright, let's run back up and we'll start working on. Will I have what I need? Most of it's over there. Let's see. Look at that lovely iron doing its thing. I like how you just can't put the miner down anywhere. Can't do anything with the miner except put it on a node. My main methodology is to use my build menu for the item I want to automate, then make a target figure for that part. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Don't hurt me. Just a simple pioneer. One of my power grids is shut down. I think it's this one over here that's running the coal miner. Because it's not my main coal power grid, that's for sure. Because this one's just running on solid biofuel. Cheap and nasty, but it served a purpose. That's what happened. I'll give you some more for a while. Alright. Okay, so I want to go over there. I'm going to come down to about down to this plateau here. So let's start off with let's clear some of this area. I've come underprepared with concrete. I need way more concrete than I've got right now. We'll make another trip back soon. And solid biofuel. Let's focus on this side. Always concrete, rods, plates, cable, wires, a staple for any playthrough? Absolutely. I just don't have Dimensional Depot yet. I'm sort of waiting for that when I get the manufacturer. It's just one of my restrictions I've put in for this playthrough. Okay, so this looks like we're on the highest area. Oh, no, I don't need to come in here. So concrete, we're going to go with this foundation type. Control, yeah, I think that's a good height. And I think I'm going to focus on this way. So if I had them, there's 3 nodes here, I'm going to have 3 towers. Mostrog, yeah, I held out 2 for the manufacturer to craft the sand fluctuators. Once I had that unlocked, most of the alien technology in the man. Yeah, that's it. It's really handy to get all that unlocked, isn't it? It just depends if you want to wait or not. Okay, so I think let's come over here for a sec. Oops. Oh, I didn't entirely want to do that. Are these? They are full. Yeah, alright. I think... I need that slug anyway, so we might as well go that way. So I want to have the 3 coming down. They could probably come to... They're gonna... Let's put one there. So each one takes a foundation size. I could do them, yeah, one. Nostrog, it was an excuse to go out exploring, get hard drives and collect a bunch of alien organs to get coupons. Yeah, yeah, that's a definitely something I'm going to be getting into as well, I reckon. 2, 3. I reckon that there, like that, 3. If that was the 1, 2, the 3, the 3, and then if we used like a steel, 1, 2, 3, yeah, I think. So that
1,
would
2,
be that
3,
one
4,
there.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So
Nice
11,
work,
12, 13,
Mossfrog.
14.
Nice
2,
work.
3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4.
I think this is it. These 3 here will be my 3 coming down. So with that in mind, I reckon I think I like that height there. Actually, that might be the better height. If that's the height I want. That'll be the ground height. Let's check that meme hard drive. Steam copper sheet or molded steel pipe. I'm not too interested in those at the moment. So I'll rescan. Solid steel ingot. How am I going to use that? Or biocoal. It's a tough choice. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use solid steel ingot. So I'm going to choose it. And we're going to go with that one. What was that? I was going to make a note of that one. You were waiting for that one. Waiting for that moment, Mossfrog. Nice. Good to keep you on your toes. So 116. Seal ingot. Rightio. We don't have any more hard drives at the moment, so we'll get ready, get rid of that. I'm going to put that. Let's I didn't really, we're just going to have to ladder it back up. Totally didn't think about how to get back up initially. Should have chosen Biocoal and posted the clip on Reddit. Satisfactory sub would have had a meltdown. Oh, Mossfrog. I've got the best one ever. It's biocoal or charcoal. It's coal from leaves or coal from wood. Which one do you choose? I've got a screenshot of it somewhere. Right, so I've got that hard drive on the way back, so I don't need that now. I'm going to leave some of this here. Just take all the coal. Yep, and then we'll come back with concrete. You had that one on a playthrough ages ago. I laughed at that too. Yeah, it's a funny one. That just ran out. It's an interesting recipes to get because you get them when you get to coal power. They're not really great recipes. It's almost like if you could get them when you're on the solid biofuel stage, and instead of making solid biofuel, you had a choice. You could maybe make coal and run the biomass burners on coal. But they seem like some of the most useless recipes I've come across. I don't entirely understand. You've never understood why biocoal and charcoal are two alternatives. It seems a missed opportunity to put better ones in there. Never seen a use case for those silly recipes. Yeah. The only time I have used it was at a truck station, a remote truck station. I used it as a fuel source for the trucks. So I cleared the area around it and then made a couple of a constructor there to do it. That's really the only time I've ever used it. So come over here to get concrete and maybe some plate and rods as well. I think really that's all I need at this point. It is so niche, but still the coal will get depleted. Yeah, that's it. You still have to go and top it up. Yeah. It feels like, I don't know, I don't really have any good use scenario. No matter which way you try and spin it, get some wire. Got plenty of cable, I might get some wire. And I was going to get rods and plate, and I think that's it for my next step. Oh, and I'll get some solid biofuel. Alright, rods are over here, yeah. At least the alternate space elevator recipes have better uses, but not too much better, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I think sometimes you just got to have crap in a game for... Give something really crap to complain about, and then people look the other way at the really crap thing you really don't want them to look at. It's kind of my theory on that one. Mort with sloops, the alien protein biomass is still very viable power source, and biocoal is a stopgap before you unlock liquid biofuel. Yeah, that is true, Mort. Yep. It's yeah. If you're using the biomass generators, then yeah, it is something. It's still a tough one. It's a hard sell. But yeah, definitely the summer sloops would help. But again, the alien organs you have to keep hunting constantly to keep up, but not truly automated. Yeah. But you understand his point, absolutely, yeah. There is a good point there. Some out of you, that'll be heaps. And then I was keeping. And I was going to drop off these encased industrial beams. Oh, I'll take those, yes please. Because we're not actually got a use of those yet. This is nice, perfect. I'll get steel beams on the way out and then we'll go and start building our conveyor spirals. I think probably this stems way back to when they first were playing with the game before update 1, when Jace developed the tractor. There was actually a way that you could drive the tractor around and it would pick up wooden leaves. So there is a case that they may have once had that if you set a tractor up, if you ran a tractor around picking up, well, whatever it ran over it collected, then it would feed it in automatically into truck stations that then would output it to then turn it into biocoal. But the thing is, once you go over an area with the tractor and chop down the grass and that, it doesn't regrow. So it's not a very good, it still doesn't work. I think the logic there. So are you saying they are legacy recipes back in the day and the devs never bothered to change or remove those? Possibly. They are definitely legacy recipes. I want to remember how far back. It's taken me a long way back now to think about that. I definitely remember them they were definitely in update 3. But I'm sure they were in earlier versions too. It's been such a long time. And I suppose once they're in there, they're also a bit of a meme. Just something to annoy people. Alright, let's go. I think nighttime isn't ideal right now for what I want to do. But what I'm going to do is I need to come down. We'll do one more. Mossfrog only started playing Satisfactory in the update where there were fluids, but the power generations buildings only produced what the grid demanded. Was that update 4 or 5? So I'm pretty sure update 3. I think update 4 they changed the power. Update 4 is when they said no. It always consumes. Because it caused a lot of problems with people with coal power. Like they'd build this massive coal power plant, and then as it got more and more consumed, it would just fail, and they'd be using coal for steel or something else, and it really got them really confused. I think it was the right thing to do. Missing module frames. That must be my box up here. The recipes before update 3 were pretty were significantly different because they didn't have any fluids. You like it better now? Burns 100% of it all the time. Yeah, it makes for a more logical setup. Where are we? Special. I want a blueprint designer. I think I need. We start with 1. Helps us load balancer guys out a lot. It does, doesn't it? It certainly does. Let's just go and get, yeah, let's go and get this over here. Actually, no, let's go up here and put the miners down and sort that out. I just don't want to start doing this sort of tutorial bit with it being dark. Going. Jeez, that's a bit too high, isn't it? Why is it so high? This is the foundation. It's just a weird one. Do you see DLC for this game in the near future, or the devs really done with this game? Mosfrog, I definitely think... this is what I thought for a long time, is that, in my opinion, now that 1.0 is out, the original remaining team members are probably going to find other projects to work on. That just looks terrible. Whether it's another another Coffee Stain Studio game, or if it's a something completely different, you know, like Snot did and decided to move on. I think that's what's... Because after spending so many years on a game that you've invested so much of your lifetime in, that you want to do a different challenge. Well, why are these so high up? It wasn't high up before. That's bizarre. And that one over there, is that high? All three of these are high. Yeah, anyway. Scuffed miners indeed. However, in saying all of that, the point I'm trying to get to is that I believe what will happen is someone like there'll be a new team formed of the people who want to work on the game in the future, moving forward. So if there's another DLC, I can see a different team or a dedicated team set up to work on that DLC. I don't see the likes of Anna or that committing. I can see them wanting new life challenges, you know. Now I'm totally could be putting words in their mouth, but that's how I see it. That was in my inventory there. Yep. But definitely, I do see a DLC coming out. I think it would have to be... Something's not right here in this world. Something in this world area. Do you think it's the... Do you think it's that? The blueprint designer. Because this wasn't a thing before. I think I'm going to save the game and reload, to be honest. Minor issues. Because that's really bizarre. And then they've obviously got short-term plans for the game. So they've got 1.1, they're talking about 1.1. There we go. Okay, well that's good. Whatever it was is fixed. It'll be that one there. Supernova evening. Keen for this episode. Blueprint design it more than nemesis. Can't use it very well. Tooth and nail. I did put some tips earlier. All of this is going to be in a video, so you're not missing out. But I did try and explain some of the concepts earlier. But we've got more to come. I'm do a big build now, tooth and nail, don't worry. Alright, so I think that's good. I'm just going to keep making some temporarily. Just so I can keep making that steel things. Grab that. Tuck this in here. Alright, so I think I've got what I need to get started. I've got concrete. Put the designer down. I've got to get the ladder. Grab the ladder. There we go. You verbally got to grab the ladder. Okay, cool. Rightio, so we're ready to get going. What we've got here is I've got 3 coal miners that I'm going to bring the resources down over to the base over here. Probably will be used entirely for steel production. Now, the base is all the way over there. I'm all the way up here. How are we going to, and I want to get it down there and across there. How are we going to do that? So we're going to use, you can use, what a lot of people would use is conveyor lifts. They go so high, and then you can join another one on and keep going up and so forth. I don't like that. It's a bit meh. I'm going to use what we call a conveyor spiral. And this is something that was, before conveyor lifts were a thing, people would make them in the old, before conveyor lifts, in update 1, I think. I remember making myself. And the way they work is we're going to use, if I show you a simple attempt that's going to fail, by using the stackable poles, you can go around and around and around, but you can never get up to the next height. It's just not possible. Or is it? So what we do is, is we use a ramp, a 1 meter ramp placed on the ground. And then what we do is that provides us with 1, 2, 3 different height levels plus the ground floor. And what I mean by that is this is one height level, this is a second height level, and this is a third height level. So now if we go from here, see now I've gone up a height and I've gone up another height. But to start it, I want to come down to here. If I get rid of this now and grab my belt, now I'm slowly making my way up. So then I just add another layer of I need to get this right. Where are we? Which way are we going? Is it going to work for me now? What have I done wrong here? Oh no, okay. What have I done wrong? Which direction am I going? I'm going around. Yeah. Hold on. Have I lined it up properly? 2, 3. I've done this many times before, now it's not working. If I start again, so I go from that one to that one. No, I've started wrong from the beginning. No, it should be there. Or is it a 2 meter foundation? It's a 2 meter foundation. That's a 2 meter ramp. Okay. Let me start again. If we place a 2 meter ramp down, thought it was a 1, but clearly I was wrong. We have a height there, 1 height there, 1 height there, and I get rid of the ramp, and now we have the ground height here. So now if I go from there to there to there, so then my next height up is there, and then it will just continue around, so forth and so forth. Now as you can see, I'm down here and I want to go all the way up there. That's a lot of building. So what we're going to do is use the Blueprint Designer. We're going to build one in the Blueprint Designer, and then we're going to use it to build one level up. Then we're going to work out how to stack it on top, so then we can keep going up until we're at the height we want. And we'll have the Eye of Sauron looking down at us the whole time. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to use a ladder inside the Blueprint Designer just to help me get a bird's eye view. So once again, starting off with the 2 meter ramp, I'm going to point it towards the front of the Blueprint Designer. Doesn't really matter where you put it in the Blueprint Designer. Now I'm going to place these like so. And I need to delete that to create my final one here, like so. And then when I'm on the ladder, now to build this, I'm building something that's coming downwards. So if I have I have to start building in a downwards direction. I could also put one down here if I wanted to. Well, actually, no, I can't. That's just the lowest it's going to go. Now I could, because I need to now start working my way up. That's why I started building it down, so the conveyor belts are in the correct direction. now you can... I wouldn't go too crazy with the stackable conveyor poles and make them as high as possible, because it can be a bit hard to navigate. Like, I think I'm going to need to put the ladder a bit over to the side here, and if I can land on the ladder, one of my hardest feats, there we go, being able to get a connection to everywhere you want while you're building it is key to be able to build this quickly. Because this does get repetitive, and you notice I'll build a couple more ramps and I'll just reiterate something. Can't see that one over there. There it is. You can see the direction of the conveyor belt. So this is definitely a down. So if you want a conveyor spiral that goes upwards, then you're going to need to build one, redo one in the opposite direction. And yes, this takes a long time. I could have built those conveyor lifts by now and be done with it. However, it wouldn't look very good in my opinion. I'm going for some aesthetics here. So we'll just keep going with this. There is an upper limit that we will reach, and we'll deal with that when we get there. And this is also a lesson in trial and error. Blueprints have a significant amount of trial and error sometimes. And you'll see what I mean. So let's go a bit higher. Can't go too high because I'll be outside of the building bounds of the blueprint designer. And we'll know when we get to that point. It's getting harder for me to see. There it is. I need more steel beams. Let's go get some. I left all my steel beams up here. Now I'm making this with Mark III conveyor belts. In the future, if I wanted to upgrade it to Mark IV, guess what? I'm going to have to click an upgrade on every belt segment, but that's what you get when you want aesthetics. Lovely, lovely beams. Plenty for me, plenty for you. Another thing too is you can actually run around up here, which can make it helpful when you're doing some of these taller builds and you don't have a jetpack, for instance. Okay. Now we've gotten to the as far as we can go because it's telling me partially overlapping blueprint designer. So at this point, this is the tallest section. So I'm going to get rid of the bits that don't fit. That's it. This is like, well, I'll just prove that again. If I build one more high and try to connect, that's it. It's as far as we're going to go. Now also, you can put a base down here for your because right now when you place it like that, it's going to look a bit crap. So you could put a 2 meter foundation down here. Oops, I'm going to do that again. So this is where it comes in, the starting area here. I could put that one there too if I wanted to. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it like this. So that's our... now, before I save my blueprint, I should get rid of things like the ladders, because I don't want the ladders in the blueprint. Alright, so that's my blueprint. I'm gonna call this... Now this is it's a downwards conveyor spiral, and it's going to be coming down clockwise. Because I could do one that came down anti-clockwise as well. But this one's coming down clockwise. Once again, it's aesthetics. It's up to you which way you do it. So I'm just going to put this we're just going to conveyor spiral down, conveyor spiral Mark 3 down clockwise. And I'm going to call it test. All right. So it's just going to go in the undefined directory for the moment. So now to build that, if we come over here and we go to our blueprints, here's my spiral, and you can see the arrow points. It's a tough one with this one because if I probably designed it better, I'd maybe have the down bit facing this way, but it's either neither here nor there. I'm trying to say something, but I'll get there. And as you can see, it's not tall enough, but that's okay. We're going to start off with that. If I put that there, now if we go up, we have this conveyor spiral that just got built. Once again, in the blueprint, in the deconstruct mode, dismantle mode, press R, and you can be in the deconstruct mode, and then you can hold the snap mode. I can hold control and try and snap it on. There's also the build mode by pressing E is where I can, no, it's by pressing, the build is R. And no, R, and I'm copying that. Yes, pressing R now lets you snap blueprints, but you can see that's not really ideal, is it? If we try to line it, work out how to line that up, we have to delete that foundation, add some more poles, will it properly fit? Not really sure right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete this. Actually, I am going to build it again. So I want to go here. Where was it? Blueprints. I'm going to build it one more time. By the way, it has a nice build animation too. always satisfying. I'm going to use a foundation for placement, and you'll see why. So I'm going to start off by, I want to do some measurements here. So I'm going to just bring this up to here, and then I'm going to put a 1 meter foundation there. That's where I would like a 1 meter foundation. So it's 7 foundations high, and I can do that from here. I'm going to make 7 foundations high, and I'm going to put a 1 meter foundation inside of that, and now we'll get rid of this. That's the first step. So I'm going to say this is test 2. So now I'm just going to deconstruct mode, blueprint, copy, press E. Now I'm on test 2, and I'm just going to put this one here. Right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that, I'm going to leave that foundation there. I'm going to get rid of this foundation here. And I'm going to say this is test 3. And I'm just going to write no base to remind me. Okay, so now I'm just going to build a ladder so we can go up and get a good point of view of what we're trying to achieve here. If I want test, that's test 3, test this one here. Now I'm in build mode blueprint, which is R. If I press R again, now I'm just in the default build mode. And what you can do is, here you can see, you can see how it's kind of lining up. I'll go on the hologram mode to hold it. It's kind of lining up here, but I think I need to come 1 meter taller for that to all line up. So if we're going to grab this here. I'm going to put another foundation there. And I'm going to get rid of that one. I'll just call this test 4. This one has... okay. This is what to be careful with. Cancel. Is I need my base. Because I altered the one with... So this is my base. So this is test 4, and I'm just going to put base. A B for base. Or base. Okay. Get rid of that there. So I'm just going to delete this one now because I don't need it. Copy that again. Change to the test 4 base. So now, even though the one I want to test is the one with no base is incorrect in terms of the foundation above the top, at the bottom is irrelevant. It's got the bit that I want to test. So if I cycle through, this one here is what I wanted. So this is where you can get your H for your holographic mode to get things lining up. So this one still isn't correct. Oh no, that might be it. That might be it there. So you can see, oh crap. I thought I pressed H to hold it there. I was already holding it. Yeah. Okay, so if I jump over here, that should be the right height. See that? You can't see now because I fell off. Let's build it and we'll find out. I'll get on the ladder. I'm very good at this. This pro ladder touching people, folks. Okay, so here, that's going to build down. And then all I need to do is connect that one to there. And that's it. That's a one continual conveyor belt. So all I have to do now is fix this no base. Let's get rid of both of these and get rid of this. So I know this one's correct. And because I know it's correct, I'm actually going to call this my final name. So before I do that, I'm going to go into my blueprints. I'm going to add a category called actually no, I'm going to create a subcategory here called spirals. And now I'm going to go in here. So this is my conveyor spiral, Mark 3 down clockwise with the base. And I'm actually going to select my logistics, spirals, there, and then you close it. So now the directory is set. I'm going to choose an icon. It's a tough one to pick an icon for this, but I think I'm going to put the poles for this. And then I'll save that blueprint. And then, because this is the one, everything's correct on this one except I want one without a base. So that's this one. So now let's save this as no base. And I have to actually make sure I select the directory again. Come down to here, add blueprint here, and close it. No base, everything's good. Save the blueprint. Perfect. So now I'm going to get rid of this one here, and I'm going to get rid of all this stuff that I was testing with. This is actually the spot here where I actually wanted to put it. So I'm going to put a blueprint, Mark 3 down, conveyor spiral base, and I'm going to have it coming out this way. Now I'm actually going to get rid of my 4 meter foundation, and then now I'm going to put it down. I should be able to get it to lock. Is it gonna? That's too deep there. I'm trying to remember how this works. I think I'm just seeing if it's a 2 meter I need to snap against. There it is. So it's a difficult one, but what your build gun is looking at is what it's building on or against. I'll do some stuff later with the blueprint designer and placement with walls. It'll make more sense then, but I was able to get it at the height I want now. This will come down, and I wanted it coming out like that. That's how I wanted it. So now I can go up, take my ladder up. And I'm going to deconstruct mode, change to blueprint mode, copy it, press E to switch. I've found my no base one. Once I get it sort of on that spot, I press H for hologram. That's not the spot. It's a few rotations to work out exactly which one it is. It kind of makes sense once you get it. No, you can see there's a gap there in the conveyor pole, so it'll be another... I went a bit far then. That might be it there. Trying to see. I don't think it is actually. Hold on. What I'm not looking at. Okay, so there is the end. So I need my other side to be on over there. So that one, I need to turn it another 180 degrees. So that's the correct orientation there. If I press H to lock the hologram, let that build. And then when we come back over to here, that belt joins up. Now that I've joined that belt, I'm going to get rid of that foundation because we no longer need that helper foundation. I missed that ladder. I was right on it. Okay, so it's still not high enough. I really want to be on the other side of that ladder. Ladders are my nemesis sometimes. Ah, I thought I had it. Okay, there we go. So we'll go up a bit more. Now I can deconstruct mode, switch to blueprint. I need to get that piece there, and it'll join up. I need to be looking at it correct. I think that's it there. Press H. No, that's not right because it's floating above it. It's one of those things, I could be too high too. If we come down a bit, it can be easier. So I'm in the right spot. That's it there, and just line it up. No, we're still not right. She's being tricky. I have done this many times before. Doesn't feel right. And then suddenly it's like, don't think that's it. Yeah, there we go. No, that's not it. Is it? Yeah, that's it there. Now, this all seems a lot fiddly. Very fiddly. However, yeah, no, that wasn't right because they're not lining up. Something wasn't right then, so I'm going to just delete that. That feels better. Now I can see I'm actually on the foundation. Is it that one? If I look up here, yeah, that's where I want it. Yeah, I'm positive that's it there. Yep, perfect. So once again, get rid of that. And it's still not high enough for what I want to do. So I'm going to go another height again, another layer again. It'll be too high then, but being too high is okay because I can delete what I don't want later. It's got to be there. Let's go a bit higher. The upper portions I don't want, I can delete later. Make sure that's it there. If we come down, we can have a look. That's hard to see on this. Yep, there's the two joining there. Yeah. And that's what I was wanting to achieve this whole time with the Blueprint Designer, was making these conveyor spirals. That top one now. I'll trim it to what height I want, but I actually want 3 of these, so I want to put 2 more, another one and another one, for all of this to work. And yeah, and because I want that many, making the blueprint has what saved me a lot of time. So we'll just go and make and now that I've done that, I can actually, one last thing with the Blueprint Designer, you can go clear Blueprint Designer, and it says here resources have been sent to the Blueprint Designer storage. You can see it's gone, and the resources that were used to make up the Blueprint Designer, the object in the Blueprint Designer gets stored here. And then you can just delete the designer. Just going to make some notes about that. It's sometimes it can be hard to communicate a topic like building a conveyor spiral, and you've kind of got to a few times before you get it exactly how you want it. So that was okay. That might be one last thing. Is this might work really well now. When you're placing blueprints, and I'm going to use the blueprint mode, I'm going to copy it. I went over this a bit earlier. The build mode with the blueprints, by pressing, trying to understand this correctly in my head. It's a build mode. yeah, when I'm in the blueprint build mode like I am now, there you go, you can snap to the existing. Now this isn't the right way around. I want to rotate it this way. But by putting my mouse cursor onto another blueprint, you can see the full bounding box of the blueprints. That's still not exactly where I want it to be. Is that it there? There we go. I've locked the hologram in there. So I can build that one there. And then the next one straight away next to it. So my placement of the next ones should be really easy because it's going to lock to the bounding box of these. I need to be standing a bit over here, I think. Ah, oh, damn, I missed. Get the ladder. Get the ladder. I got the ladder. So yeah, copy this. I'm in the build. Yeah, so now, as long as I'm on the right, I want this one to be there. And then I want, that will be the same again there. Double spirals. And that one connects there. So in this case, because I've already built one, complete one, I can use the bounding boxes of the blueprint designs for my next placement of the next ones. And it was a lot less fiddly. And now all I need to do is just get rid of those because they're no longer required. And then I will try and land on a ladder again. I'm on the wrong ladder. Doesn't matter. So I can, once again, I could just build out from this. Oh, I'm nearly out of rods because guess what? Building all these blueprints is obviously consuming a crap ton of resources. I should have some more up here. But I'm just going to make a note of that. That ladder doesn't need to be that high, but anyway. Oops, took some fall damage there. Perfect. I need those. I need those. Land here again. Same again. Blueprint mode. And then I just need to make sure I know where sure. No, that one's off. That was not right, that one. So good thing is you just delete. You can tell it gets a bit choppy too. The when you're what am I trying to say here? The hologram, because of the amount of objects that I'm currently showing in the area, is large. It can start to make things render a bit slower and drop your frames. Yep, so that one goes to there, and that one goes to there. And I don't need this. Got it. Nice. I'm getting better at these ladders. So I just need to do one more pair up here and then I'll be done. So it's a lot of fiddling around initially, but once you've got the blueprint you want, then it's just balls on. Full steam ahead. So, trying to get this there. Just gonna see where is it got to be. I've got to rotate it, or it's in the right spot. It is. And then this one. Where's it got to connect? Around the other side. Yep, that's in the right spot. Beautiful. And then we can just delete these. And I have 3. Well, I can even get rid of that. And now I've got 3 conveyor spirals. I might this. Because I can use the sides of the conveyor spirals as ladders now. Nice. Just as the lighting conditions were right. That'll do for the moment. I think what we'll do, yeah, I think I'm going to take a load of coal back and then we're going to wrap up stream, I think, because definitely see what I wanted to do today. In terms of the blueprint tutorial, getting the spirals built. I'm going to take a coal, because tomorrow we're going to focus on, actually not tomorrow, the following stream, I'm going to focus on getting the transport. I want to truck them across. But I will be back in a second. Alright. Take this coal back. And then we'll come back over there and I will head up to the... Yeah, I'll come back, get my stuff. Nah, don't know. No, I'm just going to head back to the top of the space elevator and we'll wrap up the episode from there. It's been a very productive day. Look at that conveyor lift there. That looks like a conveyor spiral. Until you get closer and you can see. Oh, it's because of the two different ones. Their orientation's slightly different. That's pretty funny. And then, yeah, once we get this done, we won't have any more coal transportating like I'm doing here. We almost used up all of our steel beams making all of that. I mean, we needed to. It's good effort. Steel beams are on the next one across. So in the next episode we'll unlock vehicle transport and we'll start working on that, transporting the coal across. We'll use some tractors. I'm excited about that because we're going to start doing some roads and that sort of stuff. I wonder if we've any more coupons. No, not here. Got the sink here. The nearest sink's over there. No, we'll deal with that later. Let's go up. I used up all my portable miners I was carrying around. I like carrying portable miners around. Oh, there's a sink at the bottom there. No, hold on. There's a sink over here. How many coupons have we got? 3 more. Rightio, we'll wrap it up. Very productive today. We unlocked the blueprint designer. I went through sort of some tips on how I use the blueprint designer for simple things like splitters and mergers and categorizing items in the blueprint designer. And then I took that and we went over and we started working on those conveyor spirals and we were able to make some blueprints. So I was able to show you how you can make a conveyor spiral, but also some of the more advanced ways of placing blueprints and getting blueprints stacked within it on top of each other and working out how to make it all work. And with that, we've got some great spirals. It's awesome. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening or night, and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.